Humans, for the most part, don't have a clue. They don't want one or need one either. They're happy. They think they have a good bead on things.
Well, why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this planet.
Imagine what you know tomorrow.
We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
A group of social criminals, these people in the space program. Nassholes, I call them.
And some of those people actually still believe the Earth is flat. So if a few of them want to believe that we didn't go to the moon, let them. It's not an issue that comes up in my presentation.
I mean, the Earth being flat, that's clearly ridiculous. Though I've actually been contacted by some flat earthers saying I'm covering up the fact that it's some Atlantean conspiracy.
NASA. As you can see, we got a nice red serpent tongue coming through there. NASA. And there's the UN flag, also the symbol of the flat Earth. Oh, of course, if I say flat Earth, I gotta be an idiot, right? That's what they told you, right? It's a ball. There's no Antarctica in this.
It's cold out here. It's like deep South Pole, if there was one. There isn't.
New York City skyline, Midtown Manhattan. From Bear Mountain, New Jersey, 60 miles upstate. Where is the curvature? Where? No curvature. The buildings aren't curved over. Empire State Building is straight up. Straight. On the flat earth. Where is the curvature? Where? Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. I just want to show more definitive proof that you live on a flat earth. Now, you're looking at the Philadelphia skyline that was photographed 30 to 40 miles from Apple Pie Hill in New Jersey Pine Barrens. Now, this is just another impossibility that you'd see the Philadelphia skyline 40 miles away, approximately, on the horizon. Okay?
Samuel Burley Rowbottom, better known throughout the scientific community as Parallax. In 1881, he had published this book, Earth Not a Globe. Outlining dozens of experiments performed over many years, it quickly became the standard authority for anti-globularists. Perhaps the most significant experiments were those carried out on a canal known as the Old Bedford Level. Located in Cambridgeshire, England, the canal is perfectly straight over an uninterrupted 6-mile stretch. While there, Parallax conducted many experiments, all towards one conclusion: to prove that the surface of the water in the canal was indeed perfectly flat. In one experiment, a boat carrying a flag rowed from one bridge to another 6 miles away. An observer with a telescope placed 8 inches above the surface of the water found that the flag and the boat were distinctly visible throughout the entire distance. If the Earth is a sphere with a circumference of 25,000 miles, then over a distance of 6 miles, the second bridge should mathematically be 16 feet below the observer's eye line.
Here, you can see the New York City skyline from 60 miles upstate in Bear Mountain. 60 miles upstate, and you can see the Freedom Tower. No curvature. 60 miles away. This is Bear Mountain. Here's another image from Harriman State Park, way upstate, about 60 miles from Manhattan. There's the Manhattan skyline on the flat earth. How could you see the Manhattan skyline perfectly flat from 60 miles away? How? Brothers and sisters, I want you to know that there is a spot in New Jersey, Washington's Rock, where with the right camera you can see both skylines of New York and Philadelphia in opposite directions at the same time. New York City and Philadelphia are 120 miles apart, but yet from Washington's Rock in New Jersey, the Philly skyline and the New York skylines can both be visible at the same time in opposite directions.
case. Now there's going to be some comedians making jokes tonight, but I want to talk about the joke that's on you. Work for NASA on and off, doing freelance graphics. Graphics operational manager for NASA. Now, is it really them halfway to the moon? Or they just turned out the lights in the cabin and pressed the camera up against a round window?
And finally, the element that seals their fate. All the footage of Apollo 11 requested from NASA over a 5-year period. One gem was discovered just before the completion of this documentary. An old reel received by mistake. It contains the raw or unedited footage of the crew of Apollo 11, Michael Collins, Edwin Aldrin Jr. and Neil Armstrong, staging part of their mission for nearly an hour in living color, with exceptionally clear behind-the-scenes audio of conversations discussing the techniques used to achieve a disingenuous picture depicting the Earth at a distance. This is a segment that they believed wasn't even being recorded, much less suitable for broadcast, for the lens was being zoomed out and the scene was being changed to that of an interior of the astronauts at work, and apparently the stop button popped back up on the recorder without notice. Here is the diffused work light that they used to see camera controls, but not throw light onto the spacecraft's wall. Here they remove part of the crescent insert. Finally, the iris is opened up to see the real location of the camera and the very bright and near Earth out the window.
NASA urine recycler, test 1, sample 1. It's the first water we've got out of the machine. This will allow astronauts to recycle their urine and sweat into beautiful, clean, clear drinking water. First sample, transparency, subpar.
Oh, that's just piss. That's just straight up piss.
A group of social criminals, these people in the space program. Nassholes, I call them.
You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't. Calling the kettle black, if I ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself. Away from me. You're a coward and a liar and a thief.
You want me to knock you in the head?
Well, I want you to swear to God on the Bible that you walked on the moon.
Okay.
If you walked on the moon, we're given the opportunity to swear to God that you walked on the moon.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to get the hell knocked out of you if you don't leave me alone.
So why don't you just put the end to the record in the argument, then put your hand on the Bible, swear to God you walked on the moon.
Mr. Several, knowing you, that's probably a fake Bible.
Well, you're talking to the wrong guy. Why don't you talk to the administrator in NASA? We're passengers. We're guys going on a flight.
I don't hit people, but you're going to be on the deck unless you get
I appreciate it.
And get the hell out of the house.
Well, I
take your stuff and get the fuck out.
Why don't you quote me and say it's bullshit?
When the shadows in the wrong place, I don't give a damn about all that shit.
Bullshit. Of lunar orbit being falsified. Being falsified? Correct. We've got an unedited tape from a source at the Johnson Space Center.
That's totally nonsense.
Mr. Seibel, you do not deserve answers.
If you show this publicly, you're open for a lawsuit. Okay?
You search images of Earth from space, you're gonna see that image. I mean, why would you have fake images and computer animated images of Earth when you can have the real thing? So basically, when you search Earth from space, you should see all real images of Earth from space. Like, why everybody thinks NASA does science, so why wouldn't you see that? No, you get this. Ribbons of imagery. Why would you need to do that? Because there's supposed to be satellites past low Earth orbit. Why can't you just take a fucking picture? Okay, that's supposed to be real. That's Apollo 17's image of Earth, and they use it all the time, and nobody ever thinks about it. You're shown this. This picture is in every single science book. See that cyclical cloud formation? This picture is so distinctive. They use it on the covers of magazines. They still use it today. I saw it must be 3 weeks ago now, but I clicked on an article because it had this fucking image in it. They still use this picture to represent Earth.
Photo painting. Photo painting. Photo painting. Photo painting. Photo painting. How the fuck would you know? That's an official photo from NASA. But plus, how many people think that's a photo? But plus, how many people think this is bullshit? Oh, this is Pupa. This is a distant planet of Venus. As you can see here, you can see all the crater textures on my shirt.
Yeah, all of those are supposed to be real. They're from Apollo 17. So basically, when you search images of Earth from space and you want to see a real picture, you're going to see that, and you're going to see other pictures from Apollo. How long ago were the Apollo missions? And then you go to recent shit, like, what's it called? The Blue Marble 2012? It's a fucking composite. It's not a real picture. And they admit it. They tell you it's a composite.
Simmons' job is...
It's primarily taking data and making pictures out of it.
That's what this is. A composite of data sets from several different instruments translated into a picture.
So she said composite. Now, when you search images of Earth from space, even though everybody thinks NASA does science, they're on the cutting edge of science, they're exploring the solar system. When you search images of Earth from space, you should see real pictures of Earth from space. And you're not going to see that. You're going to see composite after composite. You could go to the Blue Marble series. You're going to see composite after composite. And they can't even make you at least 100 images of Earth from space. They don't even bother making 50 or 20. They don't care. They don't have to show you other images of the Earth. They just don't have to do it because nobody questions it. There it is. This picture is in every single science book. It is fake as fuck. And they keep using it because it is supposed to be real. Unlike their composites, which they don't use very often, they use this one.
In between each orbit.
So some of those are painted on.
It is photoshopped, but it's has to be.
Yeah, of course it has to be.
Sort of simulate the atmosphere.
And fuck you. There are no pictures of Earth from space. And this shows you that those GPS satellites do not exist. Because if those satellites existed, there would be pictures of the Earth from space. They would have the ability to do that. It's a Chinese spacewalk. A bubble rises in the pool. It's complete fraud. Here the helmet gets hit on the International Space Station and a bubble rises into the pool. This spacewalk from NASA isn't even a month old yet. And here's a bubble taking an odd trajectory because it's in a water pool. It even curves because the water is it's not motionless, it's moving. And here on the International Space Station, they once even got caught with a scuba tank in space. It's ridiculous that they get away with this shit. What's even more ridiculous about them filming spacewalks in a water pool, and spacewalks are impossible, is that the women for the hoax perm their hair. Here she's in front of a blue screen, and the background is not moving. The cable is completely still. And in real life, there would be airflow in the space station. The space station would be making adjustments that would not stay fixated. It's just a screenshot. And they just put it in the background. It's blue screen. And her hair is permed for this ridiculous hoax. This is a video that I made about the absurdity with their hairdos. They perm their hair. It's ridiculous. Their hair stays fixated. The public doesn't notice that their hair is permed. And yeah, the women are completely ridiculous on the space station. In 0G, hair is moving through air. It behaves like hair moving through air. It does not stay fixated into position. And yet, when you watch them on the International Space Station and you look at their hair, it always stays in a particular position relative to their head, and it doesn't flop around naturally like it's supposed to. And here is Perm Lady Head. I mean, look at her. She looks like Medusa. She looks like she has fixated snakes coming out of her head. It's permed like that.
Here and be pretty relaxed. Everybody has a hand.
Here's another idiot. Her hair is completely fixated. It's a perm. It always springs back into that particular position. It's ludicrous. And look at this idiot. She must be a Freemason or something. Because sometimes that's who they get to do these hoaxes. They're sworn to secrecy, and they're fucking pieces of shit.
Through time-lapse photography, the velocity of these clouds has been dramatically increased. While they were actually drifting over the mountains at approximately 27 miles per hour, they now have the appearance of moving at well over 100, 4 times their normal speed. If the clouds were stationary and the Earth was revolving underneath them, this is how it would appear if the Earth was spinning at 100 miles per hour. Yet we're told that the Earth is spinning at 10 times that speed. Consider this. Those who maintain that the Earth is a globe that spins suggest that people standing at the equator are being whirled around at approximately 1,000 miles an hour. They further maintain that the Earth is spinning around the Sun at a speed of 67,000 miles per hour, and that our Sun is supposedly racing around the center of our galaxy at some 600,000 miles per hour. And yet, you and I both know that on many days it's possible to stand outside without a single hair being messed up by the breeze.